You just graduated from software engineering. You've been applying to jobs for about a year, 6 months, or whatever the case is. You have extremely bad luck to a point where you're doubting, like, why the fuck did I spend 4 years at college or university getting this degree and not being able to land a job? A lot of people are actually going through this. I actually spoke to a couple of software engineers recently and a couple months ago too. And I started to realize that there's so many people who are graduating in this field. They're so successful in terms of like really understanding how to code, how to program, how to build APIs, how to do leak codes. But the reality is, whether they even got internships at school or even outside of school or they have no job experience, they are still struggling to land jobs. And if this is you, look, here's a little backstory of who I am. My name's T-Pen. I'm a software engineer grad. And straight out of like school, once I graduated, I literally transitioned to remote sales. The sales industry I'm in, it's called high ticket sales. You don't need a degree. All you need is hunger and the ability to become relentless every single day, showing up every single day, and just sharpening up your skill sets every single day and being hungry enough to make money for yourself and the ability to learn the skill set. Sales isn't hard. Sales is just having a human conversation, just a conversation with another human being and helping them make a transformation, whether it's within their life, making more money, making a fitness transformation, or helping them make more money within their business. It's that simple. Of course, there's a lot of other things involved when it comes to sales, but it's like if you're someone who's literally just who graduated, or if you're in the field, you're in a career that you do not like, and you're constantly thinking like, man, my life sucks. I constantly have to freaking work 9 to 5, don't have too much time for myself. I'm making ends meet, whatever the case is. Bro, if you have dreams, if you have the ambition to become someone great, you have to increase your standards no matter what every single day. You have to be relentless with everything you do on a daily basis, whether it's with your health, your fitness, your physique, right? Your spirituality, your mentality, your mental health, all of that plays a huge role. Even your diet, you have to have high standards for yourself. If you want to make it out, if you truly want to become successful, if you truly want to be able to make those 8 to 10K months and not rely on, a corporate job, because look, a corporate job is amazing, right? Some people actually genuinely love it. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it's not who I am. I'm not here to be under someone and to make them rich, essentially, right? Sales is a stepping stone. If you genuinely want to do more with your life afterwards, you could start a business, you could learn marketing, you could do so many things. There's endless opportunities out there. And you have to always focus on your mindset, guys. Look, you might think like, why the hell am I gonna get into sales after graduating with a 4 year program, a degree essentially, right? After a 4 year program, you have a degree, and you're thinking to yourself, why am I going to get in sales and, you know, stress about making only 60 to 100K a year or even more, depending, right? There's salary tech jobs out there, but the industry I'm in, you are going to be working with, sometimes you might get a salary, sometimes you might not. And majority of the times, you're either only going to get 5% or 10% of the deals. And that's completely fine because I know so many people who are making 10K months, 20K months, 30K months, 40K months in sales, the industry I'm in. If they're able to do it, why can't we? Why can't you? You have to generally ask yourself, like, am I going to be constantly applying to jobs, feeling stressed, feeling anxious that, oh, maybe there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe I'm going to be a loser for the next 5 to 10 years. Maybe I have to go back to school. No, gently ask yourself, like, are you willing to put in the extra work, learning a new high income skill set, which is sales? Because sales is not, it's not just you learning about sales, it's you also becoming multi-dimensional. You being able to have multiple skill sets where you can master and be able to help other people later down the line. You can still use coding as your primary skill set, but you could also have a secondary skill set, which is sales, because if you know how to persuade, if you know how to speak in a very coherent way, and you're able to articulate your whole thought process very well, then you're set, because you could always go into a company, become a sales rep for them, or even position yourself to become like someone who's like a coordinator and all of that. Damn, there's so many birds chirping. It's a little bit, it's peaceful, but at the same time, I need even more peace where I can just really think on the spot. But yeah, it's super foggy out here in California. I'm just trying to record this video and let you guys know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you're someone who's struggling to make ends meet, or if you're someone who's struggling to, make money for yourself, or you're not making too much at the moment, you might have like a full-time job, but like it's not at the place you want to work at, I generally advise you to get into high ticket sales, because yes, there's going to be those highs and lows, but at the same time, you're building up a skill set where you could ultimately change the trajectory of your life. Why wait until you get accepted for a role? Why not be proactive and learn another skill set where you could ultimately build your own business and be more in control of the way how you make your income? Because as you can tell, the economy right now, it's not the best. Are you going to let jobs dictate the way how you live, or are you going to find a way to be proactive, to be able to live the lifestyle that you truly want to live? Ask yourself those questions. But yeah, that's all. If you need any help, comment down below. I can definitely share my whole perspective on how to break into high ticket sales. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care, everyone. Peace.